Volodymyr, thank you for your time this morning. First of all, what was your reaction or your response to the sanctions that were imposed by the US President Joe Biden only a couple of hours ago? And that's off the back of the extra sanctions that were applied by the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me. We are grateful for sanctions that are introduced by our partners, but we need a unified position of international community. It means that all our international partners have to needs to step in and introduce those sanctions pressure on Russia in order to avoid worst case scenario, full-scale invasion.
Why not just announce that Ukraine won't join NATO? Do you think that that won't be enough to fend off Putin's interests?
No, it would not change anything, because it's not about NATO aspiration of Ukraine. It's about independence of Ukraine. As you go through the speech of statement of Mr. Putin that he delivered while announcing a recognition of the so-called republics in eastern part of Ukraine, he questions our right to be independent.
Yeah.
So even if we kind of refuse or put out of the agenda NATO membership, even if we demilitarize, as he mentions, the simple fact of independence of Ukraine will be irritation for the Kremlin for years to come.
Okay, so it doesn't matter on that front as far as you're concerned. Yeah, we're going to hear from Scott Morrison a little bit later on. Emergency meetings are taking place this morning. Volodymyr, what do you want to hear? What do you want to see from Australia today?
We already appreciate already implemented sanctions by Australia against Russia, and strong political statements, as well as the announcement on cybersecurity assistance from Australia to boost our defense capabilities. But we need Australia to join its partners in applying additional sanctions against Russia, and we also hope that Australian government will find possible to provide additional assistance, non-military assistance.
What sort of additional assistance are you after? Because at the moment, I mean, you can't come out here, and Russians can't come out here for it to be used as a safe haven. There will be extra sanctions that will be in place. What more do you want that's non-military?
We already heard about position of the Australian government that military assistance is not on the table, but not on the agenda. But we hope that Australian government will be able to provide any kind of non-military assistance that can help our military to defend our country, because the threat is real. And I'd like to remind that current situation was happened in 2008 when Russian troops invaded Georgia. The same almost duration of time. It was Olympic Games in China. And if you compare the texts of the Russian president decrees on recognition of so-called republics in Georgia, and texts of the decrees of recognition of republics in Ukraine by Russia, those decrees are identical.
Just a final one here, Volodymyr. Do you think Vladimir Putin particularly cares what sanctions Australia or anyone else puts in place?
For sanctions, in order for sanctions to be effective, they needs to be applied by international community together. So we hope that many countries will join this pattern, this position, and sanctions have to be targeted in the most vulnerable areas of Russian economy. And everyone knows that most kind of secret or sacred area of Russian economy is energy. Energy company provides most revenues for the Russian state budget, money that money that Kremlin used to finance their military campaigns around the world.
Okay. The head of Ukraine's mission in Australia, Volodymyr Shalkivskyi, thanks as always for your time. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.